Hello, hello, it's Coyote Christina, surfer, author, dream weaver, and I can't believe it. We are in week 8 of the Amazed and Amused campaign. Let's see, first started the campaign. I'm turning my computer over there so there's not so much glare on my glasses, but started the campaign on June 8th. It's week 8. We are in August now, the 8th month of the year, and Lionsgate Porter is this Friday on 8/8. So all these 8s, and it just so happens that my life path number is 8. So interesting, right? Yeah. So it is Sunday, day 1 of week 8 of the Amazed and Amused campaign. Just getting information out into the world about animal guides. Amazed and Amused is the short title. The full title, actually I don't know the full title yet. At first it was going to be Amazed, Amused, and Often Confused, The Journey to Joy. And now I'm thinking about Amazed, Amused, and Often Confused, either connecting with animal guides or contemplating animal guides, or how animal guides can help us be curious and connect. I don't know. If you have ideas, write them in the comments. Would love to hear from you. So in week 7 on Sundays, we do a review of the week before, and then we look forward to what we're going to cover, what we're going to talk about in week 8. So just going back, we talked about the transformation stage, the second half of the transformation stage, which is destiny. And we just covered Weasel on Friday, but on Totem Tuesday we had covered Coyote, Owl. Is that right? Coyote, Owl. Yeah, Coyote, Owl, and Spider maybe. And there's the first half is Butterfly. And then the second half, yes. We did Coyote, Owl, and Spider on one day. Oh, and we read the poem Ithaca on Thursday. So we covered a lot on that day. And then we talked a bunch about the chakras, about the 6th chakra and the 7th chakra. And the transformation stage is very much about processing information. Like our 6th chakra brings those subconscious archetypes and symbols up into our minds. And then our 7th chakra connects with the divine and also helps us process and understand those archetypes and symbols that have come to us. So the transformation stage, the tagline is deciding where we want to go. Our goal during this time was transcendence and embracing our destiny to move us beyond fate. And to do that, we start to identify with the universal understanding archetypes and how our personal experience fits into the human experience, and go find that dark interior way from tragedy to comedy, is what Joseph Campbell would say in his Hero with 1,000 Faces. Like I said, there's 2 sections. Ithaca, we find that we can come home to our skin-covered vessels to which we were birthed, that we are the homes for which our hearts have been searching. So Ithaca is really about the concept of home and becoming so at peace with ourselves that we become our own homes, and we're not constantly trying to escape or distract ourselves. We can be in our bodies and be present in the moment, find the peace, and that helps us reclaim our joy. And then our destiny is when Spider spins us through the world of matter and the double helix of our genes to the universe of endless possibilities. And when we set sail on the sea of destiny, that's the endless possibilities. We don't have to know where we're going. We can have a certain destination of dreams and what we want, or we can just decide to head and go out on the sea of destiny and see what happens. I kind of feel like that's what I'm doing right now. I decided to launch TKC Dreams in September of 2023. Had an amazing friend from college who helped me build a website, and she's been helping me up to this day, has been a huge help. And have a great website for TKCDreamsNet. Now we just got the book launch stuff all finalized. It's been on there, but now it has its own page. So if you want to be one of the first ones to hold Amazed, Amused, and Often Confused in your hands, go to the website, tkcdreams.net, book launch, and buy your copy. If you want to learn more, keep every day about the different animal guides, the different stages of the journey, chakras, come to the Amazed and Amused campaign, subscribe on Substack. Because next week we are going into the celebration stage, and next week we'll talk about the first half of the celebration stage, and then the next week we'll talk about the second half. The first half of the celebration stage is the graces. Swan, we come into the state of, we arrive on the shores of the graces on the wings of swan and the grace that this animal shows us. Then there's otter, and this is the feminine energy in women's medicine. It's playfulness as well as a deep caring for others. Then there's dog, which is loyalty, who comes to our side and helps defend our hearts and our paths. And then we have dog, swan, otter, dog, hummingbird, and horse. So we've got 5 to cover for the graces. And then in week 9, we'll go to the altar. We'll talk about eagle, buffalo, turkey, and raccoon. And that's once we land on the shores of the graces and celebrate with our animal guides and with the lovely deities. Then we enter the land of the ancients. So when we laying all our hopes and dreams and fears on the altar and pass through the cosmic gateway to this ancient land, we are open to learning new ways of being and relating that sport the truth deep within. We practice to cultivate self-determination and uphold the inherent dignity of all living beings. And that skill set is surrender, letting go. It's called the altar. So we have 2 sections of celebration, is the graces and the altar. And during the second section, during that altar, is when we learn to surrender and just let go, placing it all on the altar, and our lives become freedom and service. So let's see. And during the graces, when we arrive on the shores of the graces, our bodies remember, our bodies know what we need most. Our bodies have an awesome power to heal themselves. We've cultivated the underlying peace that is needed to reclaim the joy that stems from the wonder, and we carry it with us, not in a cage, but by developing our sense of curiosity and sense of humor. We arrive in the moment and remember what we have always known. Being alive right here, right now is a miracle. When we touch upon this truth, we enter the state of grace, and we are joined by the lovely, lighthearted spirits that prompt us to play and laugh and love without fear. And perhaps more importantly, they teach us that life is too precious to be taken seriously. So that's the celebration stage. Can't wait to share that with you. Monday will be Movement Monday, so we'll do the movement. I hope you've been enjoying. Last week we did our plank pose along with, was it Sundog? I'm not even sure. What did we do? I know we did plank. Oh, we did joy. We did butterfly pose. We did, I call it butterfly pose, but it's joy of life, half circle. So I hope you've been doing your half circle pose, and if you want, you can add plank to it just for a little more challenge and for equanimity in meeting challenges. So yeah, this Monday we'll have a new practice. We'll do a Monday practice and breathing exercise. Tuesday we'll have Totem Tuesday. We'll dive into the graces and the animal guides that go along with the graces. I'm scrolling through here trying to get to the right point. There we go. No, that's Ithaca and Destiny. I want to talk about the graces. And they are right there. So once again, swan, otter, dog, hummingbird, and horse. So that'll be on Tuesday and Thursday mainly, and then on Wednesday we'll go to the chakras and talk about chakras during the celebration stage, and the balance, and really in the celebration stage, you get to decide what you want to do. You want to celebrate with your heart? Do you want to celebrate with the sensual pleasures of dance and movement and of the second chakra? Do you want to celebrate with the archetypes up in the mind? So it's just a free flow of energy up and down, and really whatever speaks to your soul and your body and helps you celebrate. So that'll be on Wednesday and Friday are the Chakras Day. Then we'll have our eye descent on Saturday, and then we'll be entering the final week of the campaign. So thanks for being here. Hope you enjoyed that recap, and have a great night. Tally ho. Bye-bye.